for real, because this is the longest lasting podcast has been over here on the TSM Rapper channel. And shout out to Fanny because she didn't came through and she made those former co-hosts no shots don't look like light work. You know what I'm saying? She didn't stuck through the problems, the issues, the back and forth, and she's still here doing it. And this podcast, this channel would not have grown as fast and quick as rapidly as it did without her coming over here to manage the voice. So shout out to you, Fanny. I really, really appreciate you. Much respect for that. I want to say shout out to the sponsor of this podcast. Well, you a mom, Fanny, so let's get into the sponsor of this podcast.
We gonna say shout out to Millie Moon diapers for our Wiggler Wilders and our luxury toddlers. Go get your Millie Moon diapers for your luxury baby for the first time parents and your repeat parents. Use the promo code YOLEAKS and get 15% off your purchase of luxury Millie Moon diapers. And for you ladies, for that special time of the month, you can go get you Tampax Radiant Tampax pads. Get your 15% off with the promo code Yo Radiant for you can feel luxury on that time of the month. Back to you, TSM.
Yo, we got some good as you ladies call it tea. We got some good tea for y'all today. That's why I'm in front of the fireplace like one of them British dudes. Except I ain't got the cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get y'all that. We gonna let it ride until like at least 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Give people time to come through. What's happening, Bree? We got Queen Night in the building. Zay Zay is in the building. Much respect to everybody that come through. Y'all remember it. The trolls come through. Wipe them out real quick, like real quick. And tonight, yeah, if y'all want to get disrespectful with them trolls, go ahead. Get disrespectful with them. It's open floors tonight with them tonight. But as far as today, I'm not giving them none of my time today. Like I'm not doing it today. Not to, I might, y'all. I might, because a lot of them be having crushes on me, and I don't understand it. Well, I understand it, but I don't. It's a lot of beautiful ladies over here. Why come over here and crush on me? Is it because of the hot pink? Because I look so good in hot pink. I know what them trolls be saying. TSM look better than these females in the hot pink. Little fruity sales. If y'all don't get y'all little fruity. Yeah. If y'all don't get y'all little fruity sales on somewhere. Fanny, what's been going on with you today? How was your day?
Oh, it was good. It was real good. A lot of laughs, a lot of man, your mama Helen is out of order. She out of order. Man, some never man. But talk to my boo, Miss Nene. Talk to her. Got some projects that I'm working on as well. Um, what else? That's pretty much talk to baby girl, my guard dog, my
Yo,
protector.
listen,
That's my beast
listen.
right there.
Boy, them trolls better hold back with her, cause Stephanie, I ain't never seen her come nice at a troll. She never came nice at a troll. It's always, and she let it be known. My mama, my daddy, like she let it be known, and she don't give zero f's of who
She
she
didn't
and
give
what
them
somebody
no
got to
F.
say. I
She
said,
was
yo,
like,
when she popped up under a comment, I said, yo, I couldn't even be mad at baby girl. She said, what she say, funny? What did she say in the comment?
she said, oh, I just came down to check and make sure what nobody saying nothing under my daddy video and what nobody trying to disrespect my mama. Then she was like, oh, okay.
She did not like them comments from them trolls yesterday. She takes stuff like that, like, cause with me being shot and all of that stuff, she do not take comments like that. I'm like, whoa. Oh, y'all remember? Put this on y'all calendars. This upcoming Friday, we're having snack day. Like, don't even show up to the podcast if you ain't showing up without your snack. There ain't no excuses. The chips, potato chips, is two for a dollar. Go get you two of them. Put them in the cabinet or under your bed until Friday. So we're gonna have a good snack day Friday, and it won't be like a regular podcast. We're gonna talk about just like family stuff, like just Fanny, what you cooking next Friday? TSM, what you cooking next Friday with your big forehead? We're gonna be just having a good vibe time. So make sure that y'all are loaded up with y'all snacks, cause I know I'm gonna have mine. I hope y'all got y'all. Fanny, let's get into it. Let's start with your T first. Let's start with your T first. Um, what's going on with it? What's going on?
Well, before we get started, we gotta shout out Reverb Nation, the Cloud Watchers, the Replay Gang, and all the beautiful people in the chat. Shout out to my girl Bree Bree. Shout out to you, girl. You stand strong in the midst of the storm. I'm so proud of you, girl. You numero uno, baby. Yes, you are. But we're gonna talk about celebrities. We're gonna talk about certain celebrities who really don't give back. Um, what they do is they portray one image in public, but when they get in, well, not in public, but they portray one persona on social media or whatever case may be, and when you meet them in public, there's something totally different. There was a video that went viral of this homeless man in Memphis, Tennessee, and he went live and he was talking about in his live that he saw a celebrity in her G wagon, and he actually stood in front or on the side of her G wagon, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to get her. I'm about to get her. I'm about to get some money. I'm about to get $500." So he wouldn't move, so she wasn't able to move her vehicle because he was kind of blocking her way. And he was bragging like, yeah, you know. And then some guy was selling like some M&Ms out of a box or whatever the case may be. So at the end of it, she only gave him $20, and he dragged her and talked about her so bad. I'm like, dude, like you literally got on here and was talking about how you're gonna get all this money. So what do you guys think? Do you think just because you are a celebrity and you hold a certain status and you're financially able to give back larger amount, would you have drugged somebody, a celebrity, for giving you $20? Or do you think they was being cheap? Or do you think you were entitled to get more? TSM, what do you think about that?
Ah man, there's so many angles to go at this one. I'm gonna go like this, right? She's not entitled to necessarily give him a specific amount of money, but this shows that the people that we put in power and how they repay us. You got to realize it's not a bunch of celebrity dudes out there that's buying her, albums and streaming her. It's a bunch of people like like that dude on the street. And so it's weird to me that we put certain people in position and this is how we paid, and like I said, he's not entitled to it, but at the same time, this isn't just like a regular person, this is a homeless person. So you had this encounter with a homeless person. It's not like she had a whole line of homeless people lining up in her car and she just couldn't help everybody. This was one single homeless person, and for her to just donate $20 was just like a spit in the face to her fans, because most of her fans are regular people on the streets like that, and so it's crazy. And that's why I say, watch who we put in position, watch who we put in power, watch who we grow, watch who we elevate.
What if that's all she had? You know what I'm saying? What if, like most people don't carry cash around? Like most people have like their cards and stuff and really don't
Nah,
have.
we not talking about Sarah Jessica Parker. This isn't an actor. We're not talking about an actor. We talking about rap artists. What do they do? What are they most known for? Flexing it on Instagram. This is all they do. And I mean, at the same time, you're right. What if she didn't have it? But it's just like these is people that's in competition to see who can upload the bigger bag of cash every single day on Instagram. So it's just like, yeah, and if you, I don't know. It's just like, yo, why would you randomly just be having $20 laying around? It's just, for me. It's just like, but once again, she's not entitled to give him anything. That's her money that she worked for. But it's like, damn, if you have it and you encounter a homeless person, especially same color as you, and that's what they get, what can be a fraction to her could change that person's life. I keep telling y'all, what you call it? DC Young Fly saw Slim White at McDonald's with all the kids, and she wasn't even home, and she just saw her with all the kids. Like, these are your kids, and she just like, yeah. He left out the McDonald's, and it's a bank right across the street from McDonald's. And he came out the bank and gave her an envelope, and it had $10,000 in it. And that's just a small time. He's a small time comedian. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about right now somebody who's on the charts right now, somebody who's pretty much making it. And I feel like if people like that can give back, you know, I feel like she could have did the same thing.
You feel like she could have gave him $10,000?
Nah, I'm not saying $10,000. No, what I'm saying is she was in a position. I feel like she was in a position to give him more than $20. I ain't saying 10K, like, nah, not even a thousands, but like a couple hundred, 200, $300 would not have broke her at all. You gotta think they spend $200, $300 on food like a day. They feed entourages and stuff like that. So hey, that's just light work.
Or do you think he was just being ungrateful?
Both. He definitely was being ungrateful because, like I said in the beginning, she's not entitled to give him nothing. You know, really, she really could have just showed him some love and just stopped and probably took a picture. But she gave out of her hard-earned working money. Yeah, I think like I look at money like this, right? Like if I'm working a job and I'm getting paid $20 an hour, right? I look at it like this: if somebody come and ask me, can they borrow $20? I'm gonna be like, okay. So I just work uh, at work. I work an hour just for you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. And so she probably look at it as the same way. Like I did this or that many performances, or I had to stream this many times just to get this amount of money. Yeah, you know, why would I give you this fraction of it?
I
In
agree.
my eyes though, he's lucky she even stopped. I know dudes that wouldn't even stop. I know some rap dudes that wouldn't even stop. Some females that couldn't have been Nicki Minaj. She wouldn't stop for that dude. You know it and I know it.
Well, you up next. What do you have to share with the people for the next celebrity who out here tripping with the
Um,
peoples?
you know what? There's two. I'm gonna start with the light one first, which is I was watching this video. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. I was watching this video of a part of an interview of Lavelle Crawford. Um, that's a comedian for y'all who doesn't know. And he was saying how he was, I think, on a plane and he saw Boosie and his kids are like fans of Boosie and he's a fan of Boosie as well. And he stopped and asked Boosie for a picture. And Boosie told him he was gonna give him a picture, and Boosie told him to hold on, wait in the bathroom. And you gotta think, Lavelle Crawford, he's a celebrity himself, and so he said he felt kind of crazy just waiting outside of the bathroom door. And he said when Boosie got out the bathroom, he walked right past him, sat in his seat, and got on the phone and said, "Yeah, these MFers bother me for pictures." And it's like, damn, like and I'm just wondering, I hate to make it a color thing, but I'm just wondering what Boosie had it done that if it was like a white woman or something like that, where he had to treated that fan the same way. Not only that this man was a fan, but he got his own whole network. Like he's a whole celebrity himself. And for him to acknowledge you, I think like it should have been recognized back. And I feel like if he do a celebrity like this, ain't no chance in hell of one of us walking on him asking for a picture. What's your takes on this? I'm gonna try to find this clip to show everybody, but while I'm doing that, give me your takes on it.
I think, in my opinion, Lil Boosie, in my opinion, has always been rude. Um, I had watched a video of an interview that he had did with Cam Newton, and he was talking about how he feel about black women, um, how his son feel about black women, and it was kind of disappointing because it's like you entitled to have a preference, but it's like to be disrespectful and disregard black women. It was just disheartening to hear what he had to say, and it's kind of to me, Lil Boosie, he got bigger issues that he need to deal with. and I just find him to be very rude. To be honest, I find him to be very very rude. And like I said, you have a right to your own preference, but you don't have to be rude. You do not
I
have to be
found the
rude.
video. I want y'all to watch the video where he had to say about him meeting Lil Boosie. And like I said, Lavelle Crawford is a whole comedian himself. He's an actor. He's on movies. Like he's really somebody. In my eyes, he's bigger than Boosie. So I don't even know why this reaction was met with him from Boosie. But let's go. Boosie badass don't play with me. And he got him playing like, oh shit, Boosie badass, man. Hey man, let me get a picture with you. I tell my daughter them that they laugh at me because I was getting a picture with him because he was more fast than me. Right. And I said, Mr. Boosie badass, you think I get a picture? He said, yeah, man. Hold on. So I thought we gotta go take a quick selfie. He said, let me go to the bathroom. So I was like, okay, man, I'm out here. I ain't no, I'm not no slouch my damn self, but I'm looking like a eater at the stand, right. Sitting out here waiting on him to come out the toilet. I said, you ready for the picture? This motherfucker walks past me and goes sit down. I'm standing there looking goofy as fuck. I felt even fatter. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting there like, oh, God, let me have it again. And the nigga pulls his phone out. I don't even think he dialed nobody with this motherfucker wearing me by the goddamn picture, man. And I went, for real? Oh. That's crazy. That's sad and it's crazy that that's how your own people will treat you. I wonder, like, I wonder what was the mindset of Boosie to do that, and you like right there. You know how sometimes you can say, okay, if you see a celebrity out like actually outside walking, okay, this person got to be somewhere. They got to leave the building and get directly to their car. But they was on a plane. They was already on a plane. It was right there with each other. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you have to go somewhere. You're not in a rush to do nothing. It's not like it's a normal fan where you have to look out for because your life might be in danger. This is a whole other black businessman. Why that response out of everything?
I think sometimes people think um, they're bigger than who they really are, and if they forget, sometimes um, with quote on like I always told you, skin folk ain't always kin folk, and I would just say keep that in mind because I mean, like you said, there were circumstances where he could have just easily said, I'm late for my flight, or I'm on my way to my flight. I apologize, but for him to once again to be rude like that, and for him to overhear it, I think he lost a fan. I think his daughters, um, it left a bad impression with them, and they probably won't. They're probably no longer fans of Lil Boosie. And I think a lot of celebrities need to keep that in mind when they go out in public and meet and come across people. Because if it wasn't for the people, they wouldn't be where they are. So I would just say remain humble and remember who put you there. Because as quickly as you get it, it definitely can be taken away from you too.
So, what would you have did if you was in Lavelle Crawford's shoes?
Um, I'm not a fan of Lil Boosie, so I would have never approached him. To be honest, I just would have been like, said to myself, "There go Lil Boosie." I would have never bothered him because I'm not a fan. Um, my kids don't know who he is, so that situation went totally different for me. I would have never even acknowledged him, to be honest. But if if I had direct contact with him like that, and he was to say something like that with me, honestly, I don't know how I would have handled it. To be
I mean,
honest.
this not my first time seeing Boosie do something like this. There's like several lives. I think there's one where he's getting his hair cut and he's doing it live and like the phone, whatever the phone was sitting down on, the phone fell down on the table and so he got upset and I guess he had like another homeboy in the same room as him as he was getting his haircut. And his homeboy wasn't on camera, but Boosie got to cussing him out, telling him like, "Yo, get the f out my room, bro. Get the f out my room, cause now you're just pissing me off. My phone just fell, and I gotta look at your face." And I'm like, "Damn, is this how he talked to his people? Like I couldn't be your homeboy if you allowed to talk to me like that." And that's another reason we got to stop praising people because of what they may have, because of their assets. You know what I'm saying? Because if their name may be so big, we don't have to praise people like that. You know, especially if they treating us in such matter, because it don't matter what you have. We all enter this earth and leave it the same exact way.
I think people need to be humble as well too. He could have handled that situation a whole lot better than what he did, because the truth of the matter is, world travels fast. Like, if people feel like you are a bad person, nobody's really want to deal with you. Look how many people have lost their careers off of word of mouth, with them going out and doing stuff to what they call regular people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people just really need to be mindful of what they say and how they say things to people. Because, like you said, he was a whole celebrity, a whole comedian out here. I don't know what he's been doing recently, but I just think it was disrespectful on Little Boosie part. Because that was kind of rude for him to say, for him to overhear it. I think that just made it worse. How would you have handled it if you was out with the boys and he did you like that? What would you have done?
I probably would have been. I probably would have been. Think a little bit ego destroyed, but there was probably nothing I could have done because anything further that would have seemed like me getting upset would have just made me seem more of a crazy fan and give him more animosity to think, oh, because I don't want a picture with him, this is his reaction. So I would have let it go. I would have never followed him again, never would have watched anything with him again. And for him to be acting in this such way is crazy because he got too many issues going on himself. Son just went viral for saying he can't wait to KILL, his first rapper, and just all type of stuff. He neglected his daughter Ivy because of her sexuality. He distanced himself from her, and now she have to go off and do her own thing. He's not helping her with her music. And it's just like a whole bunch of stuff that he needs to deal with. He's already in on a bad side of the LGBTQ or whatever community because he want to speak out against them every chance he get. And it's like, bro, you can't be street your entire life, Boosie. At some time and point, you have to grow up and mature yourself. A lot of gangster rappers did it. 50 Cent, Master P, the list goes on and on. I can keep going. A lot of gangster rappers have done it, so I don't see the issue with that. Let's move on directly to our third topic. That matter. Give me a second, real.
Let me give a disclaimer. This what we're gonna be talking about next.
Yo,
This
hold up on it, Fanny. I wanted you. I found the video. I wanted y'all to see. And I'm gonna just show y'all a little bit of it. This is how this man act. This is how he talked to his homeboys, the people that protect him when he's outside.
Oh wow.
Hold on. Get me off your. Get the out of my live. Go play with your turn. Hey, I don't need you to put me on your live, bro. Get me off your live. I'm on my own live. I don't need you to put me on your live. Ain't nobody on for 4 people. Can you get out the kitchen, bro? I don't need to see nobody, bro. Get the out of my kitchen. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I can have a homeboy, a cousin, a brother who I allow. And the dude wasn't saying nothing. He was just listening. Can't nobody pay me enough money to treat me that way. Nah, can't nobody pay me enough money to treat me in such way at all. Daphne, thank you for coming. Fanny, do you want to kick off the You want to give them a heads up on what we're about to talk about so that we can and drop a disclaimer so I can get the video queued up.
Sissy Helen came through and put that this big old good old piece of disclaimer
Uh
in the
oh,
chat.
uh-oh. I didn't see you
She
in here, Mom.
always
Thank
do
you for
be
coming.
she coming
Thank you
here
for coming.
locked and loaded. Thank you, Sissy, for putting the disclaimer in the chat. Thank you so much. She came in here locked and loaded. That's why you numero uno, girl. Numero uno. We keeping this chat moving, keeping it together, girl. But what we're about to talk about is a well-known rapper. who's had some very difficult time. He's been to prison. He's had some baby mama issues. He's allegedly had some drug issues. And that's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about how fame can take certain celebrities down the wrong path into a life of drug and alcohol abuse.
All right. So, and this live is not to bash anybody. I'm actually a fan of the young man, and hope this young man have a successful, long career. So we're gonna be talking about rapper Kodak Black. Some of y'all might not be familiar with his music, but y'all probably familiar with his name. And I'm gonna start the video out with a freestyle that he did, and so it was always speculation that he started doing drugs, and people was just wondering what kind of drugs. Then the myth went around that it was meth, and and it's two things I want to say about this. I'm gonna show y'all the video first. Y'all might not catch it, but listen to the lyrics, and I think it's gonna be close to the end. I don't own I don't own this video. This video is uploaded by On the Radar Radio, and I skipped forward because he's just doing a lot of cussing in the beginning, and I just don't want to hear that personally. But here we go. All right, so if y'all didn't catch it, I'm gonna go back one more time and let y'all hear what he said. All right, so he said young N word with a meth habit. That's what he's calling himself. And so we now know after he dropped his freestyle that he does meth. Now it's crazy because rap started out on the early days. It was marijuana. That was the cool thing to do. Somewhere in the early 2000s, it turned to pills. Everybody wanted to do pills. Then the 20 teens, everybody wanted to do syrup. A lot of people was doing syrup. And now that we in the 2020s, they're starting to do harder drugs like meth and opioids and stuff like that. And just for a rapper to sit there in his lyrics and to not only admit that he does this, but just in a kind of openly way bragging about it is scary on one other level. That's very scary. And so when I say I don't listen to a lot of rappers, it's not because I'm hating. It's not because I don't like their music. It's because of things like this, stuff that they say like this. And I'm one person who believes that the ear and eyes and the mouth is food to the brain. Anything that you listen to, anything that you eat, it takes in your body and brains absorb it ultimately, taking some kind of attraction to it, if not an addiction. And so for that reason it's scary. And before we continue further into this, Fanny, what is your thoughts on what we just saw on the freestyle where he's openly admitting slash bragging about being a meth addict?
I personally think it's very, very sad because that lets me know that he do not have the right type of people around him. He has a lot of yes people around him. He does not have the correct team around him. And I think a lot of times in the industry, TSM, you and I both know this very all too well, that when you don't have the right people around you and you got yes people around you and you on their payroll, it's very, very difficult for them to say no to you. And they are never really coming from a place of love. It's more or less like, hey, I got a family to take care of. He helps pay my bills. And a lot of times you will see them engage in things that you really want to speak on, but you keep quiet because you worried about losing your job, your position. And when I seen the other video, I'm not sure if you're gonna show that video or not. That was very, very sad. That I have no words to describe seeing somebody like that in that condition. Being a nurse, it's just really heartbreaking to see somebody who career was so flourishing, and just to see them like that. And then what made it worse, for everybody to pull out their phones, their cameras, to record him in his lowest. And it's just like, where was the help at for him? Everybody wanted to go viral. Everybody just pulled out their phones, and to see this man in such despair and such the lowest point in his life. And it was like, where was his team? Where was his security? Where was anybody in his life to show him love, to get him out of that position? So I just really think it's disheartening, because it's like a lot of them people, when they get that money that fast and they're in such high demand, they need something to level them out. And a lot of times they're introduced to it through the industry. And I'm gonna be honest. You know that just like I know that. And all it takes is one time and they addicted.
You know, the scary part about that when you said they're introduced to it through the industry. We'll get into this one next, but there's a guy, Lil Xan, and there's other rappers too. They would, after the label shelved them, and of course they're upset. You know, when you upset, the truth comes out. And Lil Xan, he was known for taking nothing but Xanax. That's why his name was Lil Xan. And oftenly he would go do his performance and fall out because he's so high off the Xanax. When he did his first interview after they shelved him, he was talking about how his management will supply all of that for him. Anytime he say, I'm mad, I'm not gonna fly to LA to do that show unless I got what I need." Management will find somebody in whatever city they in to make sure they got what they need. But so with that being said, what I want to do is I want to touch on something else here with Kodak Black, Fanny. We're gonna get into. I know a lot of Kodak Black fans gonna say just because he said that he does meth, he could have just been saying that, just to be saying it in a song. We're gonna go through his looks and his transition of when he first came out. And I understand the older you grow, your looks vary and changes. I understand that. Hello, Brenda. Thanks for coming in. But at the same time, we all have common sense and we can tell when drugs take effect for somebody. So we're gonna go through the first picture where he first came out. I want y'all to look. This is this young man Kodak Black when he first came out from his first music video. Um, and I believe he had just probably turned like 20 something in that video. And so as he got older, he progressed, and he put on a little weight, and that's him. He's starting to get money, he's starting to eat more, put on a little weight. Okay, that's cool, that's fine. Now, when you go from that to let me find a picture for y'all to this right here, it's just like scary. You could tell that the drugs have taken complete effect. Like there's no more coming back unless somebody grab their arms and put it around this young man and help him and talk to him. Fanny, what are you thinking so far?
I think versus how he started out and how he currently is, it's sad to me. It's really sad to me.
All right, that's aging too fast. That's too fast. This man is not in his 30s yet. It's not in his 30s yet. That's aging too fast. And we got some more videos to show y'all. Fanny, while I'm queuing up the video, go ahead and give your commentary.
How is everybody doing in the chat? If everybody doing okay, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. And thank you guys for once again tuning in to tonight's podcast. And we have to give a special shout out once again to tonight's sponsors, Millie Moon Diapers for our Wiggler Wattlers and our luxury toddlers. Go get your Millie Moon diapers and get your 15% off using the promo code YOLEAKS, and you will get 15% off your purchase of Millie Moon diapers. Also, for you ladies at that time of the month, you want to feel secure, you want to feel just right. Go get your Tampax pads, Yo Radiant pads, and use the promo code Yo Radiant, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. And let's give a special shout out to Reverb Nation, the Cloud Watchers, and the Replay Gang. Thank you so much once again for everybody who's joining us. Thank you so much for TSM giving us amazing commentary. Back to you, TSM.
All right, y'all. So we got a video of Kodak Black to appear of him being in a delusional state because he's, intoxicated, not from alcohol, but we all know what. And the people around him, man, nobody's trying to help. Nobody's, he's in the middle of traffic eating chicken, and this is a superstar, and he's just like he can't even put a full sentence together. What do people do? You hear a guy say, "Go sit next to him. Go sit next to him." They want to get their footage. They're not concerned about his health or his mental. They're concerned about getting his footage. Let's get into the video. I don't own his footage. That's that's on another level of sadness right there. Just just based off his status, that's I don't know, man. I don't. And some people try to say, "Oh, it's a promo." That was not a promo. People try to clean up what happens afterwards, after they get their numbers, after they get their views, after they get paid. What a lot of people like this does is they don't get paid through YouTube. They sell they. Sorry about that. Hold on. They don't get paid through YouTube. They get paid through selling those videos to big YouTube content creators. And so this is what they do. And it happens more often than what we know. But just to see that right there was just heartbreaking itself. And the last video that we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna show y'all, is even more sad than that. But Fenny, what are you thinking right now? This superstar Kodak Black, millionaire, multi-millionaire, sitting in the middle of traffic, eating chicken, all his jewelry on. Probably got one person that's watching him. That's the camera guy, and he's just completely out of his mind.
I think it was sad and disgusting that how we live in an era that you will see someone in distress and your first mind is to pull out your camera. Like, y'all didn't offer to help him, y'all didn't offer to render him any type of aid. And I just thought it was really, really sad that their first mind was everybody wants to go viral. So everybody wants to pull out their cameras and their phones and record someone who clearly needed help. And for the mere fact that he is a celebrity just made it worse. And because for me it was very hard and disheartening to watch. I personally would have never pulled out a camera and was like, oh, this is Kodak Black or this is Boosie or whoever the case may be, and I'm looking for a viral moment versus someone who clearly needed help. I just think it was very, very sad, and I think it's very distasteful for whoever posted it. I think it's very, very sad. I really do. I think it was very, very sad.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that one. We're gonna go ahead and get straight into the last video. There's a lot to be said about this one, and of course, and we only got about 19 to 20 minutes left. And so this video is Kodak Black. I don't want to use the word hot, intoxicated off of methamphetamine, and he's talking to himself, and the people around him is just recording, and these are the people that's supposed to be taking care of him. They're just recording so that they can sell this footage, and it's very sad to see a young man that's so rich and so successful um do something in this such way, and to see how it's responded to from the people that's around him. So let's get into it, y'all. Somebody please get Kodak the help that he desperately needs before it's too late. Dab Live has got a lot of. Hold on, Fed. A different video.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. And shout out to Rebirth Nation, the Cloud Watchers, the Replay Gang, and everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so, so very much. We appreciate it. And thank you, TSM, for bringing us this commentary as well. Thank you so, so very much. Thank you, Sissy Helen, for controlling the chat as well. I really appreciate that too.
All right, Fanny, we got the video queued up. He's talking to himself for at least 2 hours straight. Y'all can see this video. Search it up on YouTube, and it was at some point it got so bad to where he was even fighting the air, yes, fighting somebody that wasn't there that was supposedly assaulting him. And so it's real scary, and it's another reason that children, if you watch it, you should stay away from drugs. You should stay off drugs. Even if you want to smoke just the regular THC, watch who you do it with. And just kind of stay to yourself when it comes to personal decisions like that. Like if you want to do something on your own, do that, but never do it with other people because you we clearly just seen 2 or 3 different instances where something was happening and the people around that's supposed to be caring and looking out for this person's behalf was clearly not doing that. And this can happen with any of us. The people that's recording him, he's paying those people thousands of dollars a week to look out for his behalf, and they still turn around and did that to him. Meanwhile, our family not even paying us for nothing. You think that some of our family members want to turn around and do that, or friends? Just watch who we around. Fanny, what's your take? What you got? What you thinking?
You completely correct. I mean, where was they at? Like, where was the mind of thought to help them man? Once again, he was failed. Once again, somebody wants to go viral. Once again, everybody want to have their moment and at his expense, you know. And I just feel like it was just not. People need to realize not everything is a viral moment, especially when you're talking about somebody's life. Just because he's a celebrity, that doesn't mean his life has less value. That's just my opinion. I just think it's just tacky. I just really think it's tacky. So, I mean, you have to ask yourself, is it worth the viral moment for you to do it at somebody else's expense? And and it just seemed like exactly, sissy. Yes, kindness goes a long way, but we live in an era people are not kind. People only think about themselves. They don't think about other people. And I just think it's very, very disheartening that once again everybody took that opportunity when he was at his lowest moment to go viral.
I got this saying where I say, a rich drug addict is the most dangerous drug addict because they can take themselves out with what they have, with the money that they have. Money isn't for everybody. It's not meant for everybody to be rich, and we can see how powerful money is. We seen how we started out. For everybody that was here, we clearly seen how healthy he was looking, how happy he was looking versus now. This man is rich and he looked like he's depressed every single day. He looks like he's going through something every single day. Every other day he go through something like the viral videos we just watched. And so we all had that thought like I wish I was born rich. Why is this person in this position and I'm not? Like I know I deserve it. I don't think everybody can deal with being rich. Like I say, the worst and dangerous kind of drug addict is one that's rich because once again, they can use the habit to take themselves out at any moment, any time of day if they want to. And when you got so many people around you that you are looking out for, financially wise, who's there to tell you no, you're not about to do that drug, put that drug down? Nobody. Fanny, any last minute takes on that?
I would just add to it that when you see somebody in distress, whether they a celebrity or not, um, offer help. Don't always think everything is a viral moment and to bring out your phone to record somebody who clearly is not able to help themselves, because at the end of the day, it could be a matter of moments of them losing their life. You know what I'm saying? Just because, once again, he's a celebrity, that doesn't mean his life has any less value. So I think people just need to stop thinking that, okay, let me whip out my camera to embarrass him, because I personally think They did it for two reasons: to go viral and to embarrass him. And either way, whatever the reason behind it, I just think it was tacky for whoever did it.
Yep, we got that. That the phone is the most dangerous tool right now. King Von, his passing, when he got shot, unfortunately, a few of his people pulled their phones out, recorded it. There was a guy that King Von was beefing with that passed away being shot by King Von's people. His name was FBG Duck. His most viral video was him laying on the ground after he got shot. People cutting his dreads off so they could sell them. They actually was recording themselves cut this man dreads off so they can have proof that it's his dreads to sell them. The list goes on and on. It seems like any situation nowadays where somebody's publicly in a situation to where their life is at risk, that the phones is coming out. People are so brave. I seen shootings where it was shootings and people brought their phones out. It's like, yo, you better scatter and get the hell on. You trying to get footage? Um, but I really appreciate everybody coming. Much respect. This was a great live, very informational. Penny, you got any last minute details or any last minute updates you want to give the people before we get up out of here?
I would just say support each other in the chat. And if you're not subscribed to certain people, please subscribe and support their channel in any way you can. And let's get TSM new video, run those numbers up. Also, support his new artists, Jasmine, um, Sia, Maddie. Support TSM as well. Let's not forget about that and help get his videos up because he puts in a lot of work and a lot of effort into those videos. So just come through and push those videos. If you could share them on your channel, please share, 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 and let the people know that this is a very talented, hardworking man. Exactly, Helen. Run those numbers up and share his videos out. Your participation in the lives are really appreciated, but also participate in the community wall, sharing his videos, watching his videos. Oh, and I also wanted to recommend, also TSM didn't ask me to do this. I'm asking you to do it. Is to help TSM get his watch hours up and engaging in a watch hour party. If you don't know what a watch hour party is, watch his videos for 24 hours straight so you can get those watch hours up so we can get this man monetized over here, child. We need the monetization going on and to share them videos and watch them. You can do it on your laptop. They can be played over and over while you're sleeping and just really um, help his channel to grow and let people know about who he is, all the different talents that he has. And let's do it for 24 hours. That's all I'm asking. It's 24 hours to help grow his channel and get those watch hours up because YouTube is kind of funny about that as well. They'll give them and they'll take them away. So let's join together. If you're a real TSM supporter and you really love them like you say you do, let's have this watch hour party for 24 hours and help get those watch hours up. So that's all I have to say. And I want to say thank you guys once again. Thank you for the two people who said that they will participate. I too will be participating in that as well. So thank you so, so very much. Tim, anything else you would like to say?
Special shout out to Brenda. I always catch her in my comedy videos. It's comments like hers and supporters like her that makes me keep doing the comedy. It makes me continue to do the comedy, just seeing how much they appreciate it versus the hate. So everybody, make sure that y'all say a quick prayer before y'all fall asleep. Although now we're gonna have Fanny to say a prayer for us before we close this thing out. That's gonna be the last thing we do over here on this live.
Father God, I just want to say thank you once again for us gathering together in your name. Thank you for your presence, your favor, and your protection. As we all are in closing tonight, as we go to bed, whether we go to bed now or later on, we thank you for your divine protection over us and our households, Father God. We thank you for joining us in this commentary and for anyone who's battling an addiction of any kind. We thank you for having your hands upon them in their situation and leading them towards recovery. Father God, we thank you for everyone who's joined this chat tonight. And it's in Jesus' name we thank you. Amen.